First of all, everybody, thanks for your time for this early morning on the first day. If I didn't speak here, I was still sleeping in the hotel room for sure. So very honored. Thank you very much. And last week I had a shocking news in my country, and it actually reminds me very much why I'm in this game industry. The news was a very famous singer. He's a national pop singer. Was arrested by drug use, heavy drug use, and cause he's too famous. I've been grown up with his song, and actually very famous among Asia. So some of you may know him. So it's a little shock. And at the same time, I imagined if he was a gamer. Cause thinking about myself, game saved me a lot. Especially when I was young, I was a boy. I think some of you, have same memory like that. And game saved my loneliness, maybe. Game saved my imagination about to be killed by education. Yeah. So maybe why I'm in this industry is the reason that game can save someone's soul, maybe someone's life, or at least make him positive when you are not very happy. When you're adults, you want to go back to a kid, but not every kid is happy in every day. I think you remember about yourself. I wasn't too, so maybe game's not evil at all. Be confident in this industry. Yeah, game is a nice thing. So it's a side topic. Let's go to my business, and otherwise I'm not allowed to pay for this trip. So I'm from Line. Do you guys know something about us? For example, how many users do we have now? Any guess? 6 million. Thank you. Any others? 300 million. Thank you very much. That'd be great. 430 million. This is the latest number we announced. So as you see the graph, it's been steeper, and we estimate 600 million at least within 2014. This is a really big number, but not very much interesting. This one should be more interesting for you. We haven't announced this to many so far, but user distribution by countries. If you see Line is a Japanese service, yes, it's born in Japan, and I'm Japanese, based on Tokyo. But if you think about number of users, it's not Japanese service very much. Feel free. But hopefully to include me, please. Yeah. No, later. Okay. So, interesting numbers, 20 million in Indonesia, 24 million in Thailand, 17 in Taiwan, and 10 in Malaysia, 18 in India. So very much Asian service it is. And I can tell at least Taiwan, Thailand, Japan, and mostly Indonesia, I can tell most smartphone users are using Line. For sure. So, and of course, it's growing in all countries. An interesting number that Korea and USA, we have 10 million each. These countries are very famous for their other service, other messaging service. But still, we have 10 million users, very active, and making good amount of money. So, and the new movement. When you look down on right side, we have 10 million users in Mexico, it's because of Spanish users. So I believe Spanish users like to talk, communicate in Spanish. So maybe someone found our service in Spain, naturally spread it to Mexican friends, Venezuela friends, Chile friends, Argentina, Peru. Now we have good amount of each country of Latin America, and it's growing so fast. So I believe this is going to be next good countries for us. So we are quite ready for other countries too. We support 70 languages and most OS, possibly working on smartphones. So, yeah. Someone asked me why not English countries, why not French countries? I don't know, but they must have better service than us. But hope someone finds great self-service and use it. Thank you. So this is the revenue things. It's growing, but yeah, that's it. Not very much interesting. Oh, by the way, yeah, we announced that most of our revenue comes from game. Other incomes come from stickers and advertisement, but the most comes from game. So game is quite important business for us. So when you look about the game, line game business is very young. We started this in November 2012, so only 1.5 years old, just same as my kid, my son. Very cute, yeah. So, and these guys are doing even better. So, so far we've got 350 million downloads with 56 games. So, if you think a lot of number, I think we can say we are confident with downloads, distributing games. And there are not many publishers or platform you can expect certain amount of downloads just by working with them. How did it happen? We didn't cost at all for advertisement, usually. Just we put game icons inside the Line application, not to disturb the user's daily favorite activities. They mostly open the Line for chatting, so we shouldn't just show them a big banner of a game, it's just disturbing the experience. If you push more, and if you push game, you can find game icons, and when you push it, it goes to App Store or Google Play. That's it. So, but because it's communication too, Line is used every day by most people, and they find it. Okay, something new happened here. Let's check the new game, and we did it. So thanks to this system, we didn't cost, but still doing good amount of downloads. Okay. And thanks to Apani, and we are recognized as the 5th largest game publisher worldwide in revenue-wise, and the first app publisher excluding games. So, but actually I'm not here to speak out how much successful we are. I'm here to ask you your help. Because we think our game business is not going well, honestly. No. Why? So that's a big question. Among 56 games we listed so far, we define only 6 games was a hit game for us. 6 among 56. It's not huge. It's not many. It's not enough. Considering users, everybody use Line in some countries, but not everybody play game from Line. Why is that? I think our games so far is not very right choice, not very interesting enough for them, or they didn't feel it's worth to pay money for that. So we are very, online users are very hungry for good games, and that's what I want you to have. We need good games, definitely. So we provide 3 services, 3 opportunities to work with partners, and we want all good games, definitely. And I am hungry too, because I didn't have any breakfast today, because to focus on this presentation, because if you feel full, you feel more easier, and but I try not to, and so I'm very hungry too. So someone just tell me any good chicken rice, restaurant, maybe later for my lunch, please. Yeah, I'm looking for that. You know it. That's great. So publishing. This is what we do. Publishing deal. 56 games. All of them are published by Line. There are some reasons, and I should tell this here, maybe later in person. But be a publisher. The work share is very easy. You develop everything, and we do everything else. That's it, including server hosting, customer support in 70 languages, and distribute all games to everywhere. So we do it worldwide, or we do it locally too. That means only for Thailand, only for Taiwan, only for Asia, except China, Korea, or whatever it is. And in terms of local publishing, we are very confident to see these 5 countries, Hong Kong should be included here, and 6 countries are very potential market, because we have lots of users here. So most smartphone users are using Line. They are waiting for games. Why not? I hope you see business chance here. This is what happened in Thailand only 2 months ago. We started promoting a game called Cookie Run, which is running game. And until February, the sales was like this. And if we concentrate to push this game into Line users, it's drastically increased. And actually, the amazing thing is, it doubled, the game doubled the size of smartphone game market in Thailand. So it changed the market. Before that, there was a rumor Thais do not pay to the game. No, they don't. But it was not true. They're just waiting for good game, like game to spend money, spend time, and together play with their friends. You can do this for these countries too, of course. It's already happening in Taiwan, Thailand, and the grossing chart is, I think, it's Thailand. And the first one is the Line, that means stickers. The second one is Cookie Run. And we see another game is coming up to the top 5 very soon. So we want games. The most asked question is, what kind of game do you want? This is my answer. free to play, iOS, Android, any gen. But the most important thing is social centered, which means why you work with Line is for social. I can tell that. We always appeal. We are a strong distributor, but that's not a part, not everything about us. Because say these games, for example, the Line Pop, the basic game of us, has 37 million downloads so far. Okay, how much we get from the promotion is around 5 million to 8 million. What else? Virals. So if people like the game, they tell that to the friends via Line easily, just one tap, and it spreads to their friends' community and naturally spreads to the countrywide, and it achieves 37 million. So viral is quite important. That means the game must be very social. If it's just playing a single alone game, RPG, it's not going to spread like that. We welcome RPG, but hopefully with good social features. So, but still, if you hate us to be publisher, and if you prefer you becoming a publisher, there's another way to work together. So this is free coin system. Simply saying it's an advertisement based on incentives. Line coin is something you can use for stickers or games or whatever provided from us. So they want the free coins, for free. And they naturally download the offered game and they get some coins. It works very well. We are doing this in 7 countries. And these are numbers of daily downloads you can expect. So what that means is it's good for boost campaigns. So when you do promotions on web, maybe it's a good idea to add this opportunity too. And you can do like this. It's in Japan, okay, only 2 days we did that. And the puzzle game got number 3 in top 3 category. But by the way, almost our published game was number 1 in Japan, Taiwan, Thailand, naturally. So it's not best choice. Best opportunity is always publishing, but it's another way, and you can publish your own game and promote this using Line. Very easy. So it's short presentation, right? I'm not used to talk a lot, but one thing I want you to remember is that very simple word. Customers are hungry. They want good games, right? So talk to me to serve your game to 400 million users, worldwide or locally, Yeah. After the presentation, for sure, I will take chicken rice. You can be chicken rice for each country, maybe in Thailand, maybe in Taiwan, like significant game recognized by national people. That's an opportunity. Hope you like it. Thank you very much.
Hello. So what is the revenue share?
Very straightforward question. I like it. But I won't tell that because it quite depends on the project. What the game is, how much we can expect, from the game, or how much it's good enough. Usually, we do not recommend just bring your game as is to Line users because they have like again, they want really strong social features, and maybe, if you are from West, UI tutorial or sometimes design must be changed. So we are happy to work that together. So in that case, we would like to have a slight more rev share for us. But if the game is perfect, okay, just let us do this. Just integrate SDK and that's it. It's going to be very low for you. That's all I can say right now.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm using Line at the moment, and
At the moment, okay,
yeah.
thank you.
And I actually, from time to time, I got the invitation to play certain games from my friends, and then I just wondered because Facebook did exactly the same thing. Until now, and then it got quite annoying. Like, let's say the nth time you get the farm field invites, that kind of thing, and people start to ignore. I mean, how do you counter that for Line? Do you have any plans to counter this kind of like, as it gets more saturated, people will start ignoring it by default? I mean, this request from friends. Do you have any strategies to counter that?
Do we have strategy for us? I don't think I get your question.
What
is strategy for?
To prevent people from ignoring this friend request.
Okay.
Yes.
Ignoring friend request.
Yes.
Of course, you can block your friends, and you can switch your notification if you want. And that's mostly quite sensitive things for all SNS, I believe. And I think if you carefully check line, especially options, I think you have lots of choice to manage, your say social experience or requests or any kind of things. And yeah, that's a question. We keep just asking to myself, and what's the best way? What's the most convenient or comfortable to the user? So, and at least I can tell is Line is quite private-based SNS. That means you do not share one thing to every friend of you. So you can feel a bit easier about it. If you connect with friends, you don't have to do anything, and you don't have to. None of your information is revealed to that one. So yeah, so you can feel that, and just to avoid any misunderstanding of you, we don't have any personal information of users at all. I can tell that. So we don't know if you are male or female, your age, no idea. So just feel easy to use Line. We ask third party to just survey what our demographic of users. That's it.
Do you see games from Namco Bandai and Square Enix coming onto Line one day?
Do I see games of Namco Bandai?
And Square Enix, Final Fantasy, like coming onto Line as a platform?
Yeah.
In the future, do you see those games coming down online?
Any games, yeah, any games could be coming.
Okay. Do you see yourself, Line itself working together with Square Enix or Namco Bandai for an exclusive thing in the future?
Of course. Why not?
Okay. Is there anything stopping you from doing this?
Please, any publisher, any developer, come to us, and we are happy, open. Because we don't have a studio ourselves, so we need the game from outside. That's the truth. So we always welcome third party. Because the cookie line I mentioned was third party game, and happy to work with them. If the game is good, KPI is good, we are happy to promote, market. And famous publisher, please. Thank you.
Quick question for you. You said what you want. You said you basically wanted iOS and Android. What about Windows Phone?
Windows Home, we support it, of course.
But you don't want it?
We want it.
Well, it's not in your presentation.
Because again, we don't have users yet, many users yet. So naturally, if you have lots of users, we naturally see the potential, and we're happy to support the OS for games too. But unfortunately, at this moment, Windows Phone users are very small compared to the other two OS. So we expect to have more for that too.
Great, thanks.
Yeah, it's just matter of business. So that's it.
Hi, I'm Chun Yan.
Hey.
You can find Hainanese Chicken Rice at Balestier Road and Orchard Mandarin Hotel. Okay, two questions. One is Thailand has 24 million users. So is there a special emphasis by Line on the Thailand, and how can we leverage online to better target and generate revenue with Line in Thailand? Number two, what makes Line so different for a game developer or publisher like us as compared to using WeChat, KakaoTalk, Facebook, and other advertising channels? Thank you.
Good two questions, and second one looks easier for me to answer. And yeah, we have quite unique strategy for games, and one significant thing is we are quite selective to the game. We only release 3 to 5 games monthly, which is very small number comparing to Kakao or WeChat, those things. That's why we can secure a certain amount of downloads to each game. So once we are partner, you can expect good amount of promotion and good amount of downloads naturally. So that's why it's, on the other hand, because we promise certain downloads, we need a good game for retention and monetization too. Otherwise, we use big business opportunity. So that's it. And for Thailand, that's really good market for us. One of the most interesting market for us. So we definitely welcome any games which is potential. And when we find it, we happy to provide best support, best offers to you. That's what I can say. Maybe last one? Okay.
Last question.
Sorry, running out of time. So.
Otsuka-san,
Yes.
I'm from Anil Vanvari from India. You said you don't have much data on demographics. How does it work then, as far as
Yes.
understanding?
Our users.
Yeah. Can't you get data mining into it?
Because again, honestly, we don't know. We don't know. But according to the survey, very fair rate of male female. Females are a bit more active in communication. The game almost same, and the share of OS a bit more in Android recently. May say 55 to 60%, and so was revenue. So now Android users pays a lot. And what else? Age balance, very variety. High teen to 50s, very well balanced. So that's why we do not recommend you to just focus on quite maniac focused game. If you open your door wider, you have more users from Line. So that's why I recommend. And yeah, think about Line users just everywhere on the street, everyone on the street.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jun.
Yeah. Thank you very much again.